So hi, I'm Charles from Carbon Community. I'm joined here today by Emily from Oxford University. So hi Emily, do you want to introduce yourself and tell everybody a little bit about what you're doing?
Yep, sure. So I'm Emily Warner. I'm a postdoctoral researcher at the University of Oxford, and my research is all focused on understanding the biodiversity outcomes of nature-based solutions projects.
Cool. And you've just arrived down here in Mid Wales with your team. So how long are you here for? What are you going to be doing?
Yep, so we have a whole team, including a couple of master's students and a field assistant, and we're going to be based at the Carbon Community for a month. And our research is aiming to understand the biodiversity outcomes of the different woodland creation methods here. So we're mainly focused on invertebrates because of the scale of the site is quite small. They're kind of very relevant to look at these smaller scales, but also they can tell us a lot about wider biodiversity responses to the different woodland treatments here.
Cool. So why is invertebrate biodiversity important?
So I'd say as a whole, kind of we see biodiversity as really, really important. And obviously the project has focused a lot on understanding the carbon and the tree growth and kind of the changes in the soil carbon status and things here at the site. And we think it's really also important to understand how biodiversity responds to these different types of woodland creation and methods of enhancing carbon sequestration. Because obviously we want projects that deliver both on biodiversity outcomes and kind of other outcomes like carbon storage. So we really want to look at the invertebrates so that we can get a understanding of what's going on for those groups in particular. And they can tell us different things about different aspects of the biodiversity, but also to kind of look broadly and try and say, as a whole, how will biodiversity respond to these different treatments?
Cool. And the more I've looked at this and studied this, the more I see that all these things are interconnected. So
Yeah.
I'm sure there will be connections that we're not even aware of at the moment.
Yeah.
So why did you choose to run your project here at the Carbon Community site?
So for us, it seemed like an amazing opportunity to come somewhere where there's like an established experiment, really well designed with lots of replicates, and a really good experimental layout, which is really rare to find. And also to find a project which has been going for a few years. So you've kind of got tree growth is already established and the woodland is starting to get going. So that was a real good, exciting reason to join the project, but also the treatments themselves are really interesting. And even the most basic comparison between native broadleaf and Sitka spruce monoculture, it's rare to find that in one site where you can really understand how do those two different woodland types impact biodiversity. But then to have the enhanced weathering and soil microbiome inoculation, which obviously newer, more innovative approaches to woodland establishment, that's a really exciting thing for us to explore, particularly looking at below ground invertebrates and above ground and kind of how the whole communities in those different parts of the forest ecosystem respond. So yeah, lots of reasons.
So we're doing lots of things in one place. And in fact, when we first set this up, we didn't kind of realise, in fact, that it's such a rare thing to have, conifer, monoculture, conifer, and mixed broadleaf on the same site. They're almost always on separate sites, which then means you're trying to factor in, well, this is a bit different and that's a bit different.
Yeah.
And all the rest of it.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Cool. Well, welcome. I hope you enjoy your time here with your team.
Yeah.
And thanks very much for coming and talking to us today.
Yeah, no, thanks for having us.